Hey guys, I know it's hiatus time, but it's a new 26 special. I'm Nirvana Sparkle, and this was rather unexpected. Well, not so much, but still, it's a nice treat. Of course, last week we ended the first 13 of the final season of the TV show proper. But now the hiatus truly begins after this special called Rainbow Roadtrip, based on a book of the same name. Now, there is one big thing to note, and it is this. This special is not made by DHX. In fact, DHX Media's job with the show is done as of last week. Instead, it is up to All Spark Studios and Boulder Media producing the animation here. Why is this of note? Because they were the animation team using Toon Boom that made the My Little Pony movie, none but a year ago, October. So the movie animation is back for this smaller scale adventure meant for TVs. But as always, with anything new 26, we go moral first here. And there are a multitude of mini morals sprinkled within this special, but two of them stand out as the highlights. One is a message about hope, keeping hope alive even when things are the most dim. That can be difficult to do in life, especially when you're done blaming yourself for everything that went wrong, like the mayor of Happy Hollow, a quaint little town at the end of the rainbow, as they say. And boy, is it very Fargo slash Canada stylings here. Everybody's got a semi-Canadian accent with a few small town, big town transplants. All of it's good, but this little town has seen greater days as they circle around to the annual Rainbow Festival. See, but they've been without color for a long time. Color being used as the symbolism of hope itself. When Twilight and the girls invited, thanks to Rainbow Dash's invitation to be the star of the festival this year, end up in town, you would think it was a ghost town, but it is not. The people are more than alive here, but they don't talk to each other, mainly because they've lost hope that any kind of a light of happiness will adorn their days after their famous rainbow generator, part of a ceremony at the end of every rainbow festival, has been broken for a while. But it is found out that this is a new form of dark magic. Hopeless magic. God, when they say everything has a magical property in this world, they truly mean it. Everything, even emotions itself, is generating some magical energy here. And it's due to the loss of hope that they've lost their color. Now, this is something that we saw way back in the season 2 opener, Return of Harmony. Remember when Twilight finally broke down after Discord's many attempts to break up the Harmony Six? It was only then that she lost her color. It is through this that I make connection to Rainbow Roadtrip analytically, and how the feelings and togetherness of the town and of the community through the Rainbow Festival, and everybody becoming disconnected through their own lives, led to the downfall of the color of the town, illustrated beautifully by a beautiful song at the end of the rainbow, explaining how exactly the town lost its color in musical form. It's a beautiful, albeit tear-jerking ballad that sets up the scene of why almost perfectly. Now, on top of this, we get to meet everybody big in the town, from the town bakers to the mayor to the librarian and hotel. In fact, boy oh boy, these ponies in this town have personality, even to Rainbow Dash loving twins who are practicing their aerial stunts to follow in their mentor near the end of the movie / idol's footsteps. Everybody in the town is wonderful, gray or no gray. But as the community decides to put hope in the Rainbow Festival and go back to doing their individual tasks to get the festival event going, something of a miracle happens. The color slowly returns. Of course, we, the audience, are tipped in to this only to have the main cast tip in on it at the last third. And of course, as is tradition here, our main Harmony 6 managed to win the day, bring the car back into town, have a very uplifting finishing number, more uplifting than the movie's end number, living in color, and the day and the special is done. But the main moral of hope stands strong. But the bigger moral that I took away from this, and the bigger moral the fandom needs to take from this, is the moral of community, as it is expressed in the song End of the Rainbow. The community of Happy Hollow used to be a small, quaint little town where everybody knew everybody. Everybody uplifted each other, did things together, loved each other's company, like great small towns. Heck, I grew up in a great small town, Lynchfield, Kentucky, to be more precise, in the first 9 years of my life, where everybody did in fact know everybody. But when the community lost hope and connection to each other, the bonds of the community and its Rainbow Festival started to separate until it was, of course, gone completely. Everybody lost their hope, their spirit, the reason why they were happy citizens of the town to begin with. They lost a sense of coming together in happy moments, such as this. Use brony conventions as an allegory for this, and even the brony community itself. See, it's not so much that you should keep your individual spirits up every day and help your neighbors and friends whenever you can, because you never know when a new friend might pop up. It has a greater community message to the brony fandom, especially given this kind of melancholy tone that comes with season 9. This sense of something ending, and the fact that some have resounded that once the series ends, the community dies. But does that really have to be the case? The magic of friendship and the power of this show brought the community together as one, despite our differences and despite us not knowing each other. It's that same spirit and that same trust in each other and hope for the future that will keep the fandom, thus our little Happy Hollow, together as a town to share many more conventions together, many more festivals, and many more get-togethers, and possibly spread it for generations to come, similar to Sunny Days with the Rainbow Festival. After all, the machine was passed down from generation to generation. And here's a funny little Easter egg. In the song, when talking about those passed downs, there were exactly 4 generations passed down before the Rainbow Machine broke, thanks to a loss of hope in the color. So even Hasbro knows the tone and the attitude that is being taken. If we look at the Rainbow Machine as our community, that's how a lot of us feel right now. That the machine that generated so many happy memories, so many happy things that brought us together, is about to break. That all hope is lost, and that there is no more reasons to have festivals, get-togethers, to remember this show and its positivity. Some of us have resigned the show to its fate, seeing that no matter if Generation 5 comes in 2021, it will be all meaningless because it won't be the same. But here's the reason it won't be the same. Not because of any animation style or studio or voice actors or style. It won't be the same because of us. The community won't be there. And do we really want this community, this fandom, to become like the Gray of Happy Hollow, looking back at pictures of happier days, moments in time? Or do we want it filled with color, happiness, making new memories, making new friends, bouncing off each other, living not for this, but because of this, and spreading it everywhere to whoever will listen, to whoever might give it a chance. After all, for some of us before this, life was a little gray, and this thing brought color into it. But of course, this is a review. The animation holds up pretty well from the movie, and in fact, I would say even looks slightly better and more improved. It works perfectly for the oddly smaller screen, which unfortunately will put into question whether the first movie should have been a big theatrical feature at all. I still am of the opinion that it should have, but this one will definitely throw that into question. But the animation pops up well, and the characters, especially once more color is added to the flick, really pop off. The two songs, of course, are great. I wouldn't even call this a mini musical, but the two musical numbers are catchy and will stand out. Sadly, we don't get a full version of the theme music at the top of the show, though. I would have loved to hear full track of Rainbow Roadtrip rather than just a piece of a lyric or two. I would have preferred that. Of course, voice acting is on point and characters are doing what characters do. In fact, this right here, Rainbow Road Trip, does a better job than the movie itself, accentuating every character's main strengths, and does it in such a smaller runtime. Unlike the movie that's trying to juggle 4 or 5 different plots at a time, and yes, I am comparing this to the movie, not the TV show, because of the similar animation styles. The special does a more focused job, being driven onto the main focus of the plot at all times. Every character has their usage and their point of being. Every character is given just enough detail to be fleshed out as genuine characters, and seeing that their story is essential to the town story, you get a greater sense of location than even Sequestria did in the movie. In fact, Rainbow Road Trip, to put it in a sentence, and this is kind of crazy to say, is My Little Pony the movie done correctly. Most of its core initial flaws are fixed, even with the even shorter runtime, or just about the same. But the reason this works and the movie at times didn't is because every character feels important. Every character plays their key roles. There's nothing out of character or out of confusion here for every role of everyone here. And even the town itself plays a major role in how it plays out. Nobody overstays or understays their welcome. The morals are great to be popped off. And yes, the visual lens flare might be a bit much, but it works out really, really well. If this were a sequel to the movie itself, many people would be satisfied by this. Sadly, no Tempest in this movie, which is a sad face, but hey, we're off to a new location. As always, Rainbow Roadtrip might be from a different animation style and might have echoes back of the movie, but unlike the movie, this thing is focused, tight, and with its morals about the strength of hope and community and keeping it together even in its darkest times is a moral we all need to learn, especially as the final 13 rears its ugly head in the fall. Like I said on Twitter, let's not turn this into a funeral, let's turn this into a party. And this movie could not have better, at least for me, accentuated that point. Strong morals, strong characters, and even stronger songs make this the strongest My Little Pony special ever, and is worthy of the 6 out of 6. And if you add this to the new 26 9 to 5 run, that will make an astonishing 8 8s we've given 8 6s that we've given out this season, and we're only halfway done. So, what are your thoughts on Rainbow Roadtrip? Was it having you living in color, or were you hoping for something else? Tell me down in the comment section below, and especially have a nice clean discussion, if you will, about the morals at hand. If you didn't pick up on any of it, let me know why you didn't. And if you did, let's have a discussion about it. I'd love to do it. And for more pony material like comics reviews, and of course the reviews of the final 13 episodes when they arrive in the United States, as well as anything else pony related, video game related, or TV show related. If you like what you see here, hit the subscribe button and the bell. It doesn't matter if it's occasionally or permanently. I love your support. And until next time, where it's probably going to be a video game review or two, I'm Nirvana Sparkle. Find peace in your own Nirvana. And thanks for watching, and let the final hiatus begin.